Today, on Be Something Wonderful, oh my God, I'm hanging out in the vertical reality of my wish fulfilled. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Huge video today, and this comes from an email from a subscriber that I believe we received a few weeks ago. We're just getting through. So the emails have been coming in like crazy. We're just getting through them. This is such a powerful realization that she had. And more than that, a manifestation, demonstration of moving, quantum jumping, moving to the reality, to the identity of her wish fulfilled, of who she wants to be in that moment. This is powerful. I want to go over it. I want to unpack the email. I'm going to use a lot of our wording. Some of I left out some of the specific details of projects and so forth, but really, this is what she wrote, and this is powerful. This is really about her really understanding that everything she wants, everything that's going on, it's going on right now, and she had such a powerful way of describing it. Here's what she said. She started out, Tom, I've actually created my own playlist of your greatest hits, and oftentimes have you play in my headphones when I'm sleeping. I love that. Thank you. And I fall asleep to your voice. To this voice, you can fall asleep. This loud Boston accent, you can fall asleep. I fall asleep to your voice and wake up to it. Because of this consistency, I've been feeling dramatic shifts within me. Hear it, dramatic shifts within me. Constant feeling of shifting realities from inside out. Wow. Hear the description, because this is what we always talk about, right? What's within is expressed without, but this is powerful. And then she said, it felt like steps forward or backward or up and down. And she goes, I'll explain that later. I want you to hear this. So like we all feel sometimes in 3D reality. Hear her wording here. Guys, this is so big today. Stay with me. Steps forward or backward or up and down. This is the sensation that we have, this feeling of we're having setbacks or we're having comebacks or whatever all that is in 3D reality. Hear this. We're going to come back to this later. Then this morning, I knew I needed to write this email to tell you, oh my God, I get it now. As we've talked about before, as others have said. So she's playing in this. And remember, she said this morning, that was probably a couple weeks ago. But, right, because I just got to the email. But this morning, oh my God, I get it now. Well, let's see what she got, because this is so powerful. Lots of serendipitous events. Hear this. She's talking about synchronicities, right? Coincidences. She's talking about the unseen making itself seen. In other words, she's not talking about signs of anything coming. She's talking about already being it, already being in that reality, in that version of herself. Lots of serendipitous events have been happening to me since making the choice, hear the wording, the choice to rest in the context of fulfillment, as you say. We've talked about the context of fulfillment. Just rest with this idea. I've been happening to me. In other words, that unseen has been showing itself. She's been occupying different versions of herself. She's been shifting within realities. Since making the choice to rest in the context of fulfillment, as you say. Serendipitous, meaning the unseen, that 99.9% revealing itself in the physical, revealing that self to her in the physical, persisting in this thought over and over. That's what she said. I was persisting in this thought, this idea of making the choice to rest in fulfillment. And that now the unseen revealing itself. And she says right here, happening to me. In other words, look at the wording here, happening to me. That's what it feels like. That's our experience in 3D reality. But vertically, as we're going to get to in a few minutes, right? Vertically, it's happening through me and as me. Hear this, right? Because she's talking about the idea, We're going to get to this, the idea of a horizontal experience versus a vertical experience of time. Wow. Happening to me, in other words, through me and as me. It's not a sign that it's coming, it's a choice to rest in fulfillment, to go to the end and stay there. She's not changing, she's choosing. She's not changing anything. She's choosing to rest in fulfillment. She's choosing to rest in the context of fulfillment, that it's all fulfillment. When she says context, in the context of reality, in the context of all that you are. Go to the end and stay there. Be the identity and version of you for whom and through whom that reality is real. It feels like it's happening to me or to you in the context of a 3D linear experience, a 3D horizontal experience. We're going to get to these ideas, horizontal and vertical, in a few minutes. Just stay with me here. Go to the end and stay there. Announce your reality. Be fulfillment. Being aware that all realities already exist within you. That's what she is coming. This is the idea. All realities exist within her. So here we go. Synchronicities, coincidences, these serendipitous events, unseen cause, right? That's what we're talking about. It's that unseen cause. She goes, I had this thought after watching EEAAO, or Everybody Is You, everything, everywhere, everything, everywhere, all the time, everywhere. That movie, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Had trouble getting that acronym out. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Thank you. And she goes, I had this thought after watching that movie Sweep at the Oscars, right? And hear this. And she had the thought, what was the thought? That I'd like to explore filmmaking and get back to writing a script that I started during the pandemic. In other words, she's intending here. She's choosing a new script and a new reality, a new version of herself. Do you see it right here? She's choosing. She had this thought. We think this choosing is some big deal, this reality creation, this imagining is some big deal. Well, she's imagining it right here. How is she doing it? She had a thought of intending, of choosing, after watching Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, Sweep at the Oscars, that she'd like to explore filmmaking. She's imagining her wish fulfilled. Do you see it? A few days later, this is what she says, and an ad for a directing crash course popped up in her Instagram feed. And I signed up. And I'm now 18 days into writing my script and embracing this new identity as a filmmaker. There's so much here that I really want to hit this. In her words are powerful in every way. I can't express this enough. That what's coming through her is everything, the full expression of that context of fulfillment. So she takes an inspired action. We talk about action, right? We talk about, well, what do I do? She wasn't thinking about what to do. She wasn't trying to make that happen. She had the thought, she had the intention, she imagined it. That's who she is, that identity. A few days later, an ad pops up on her Instagram for a crash course. She signs up, she takes that inspired action. It was natural. She took it. And I'm now 18 days into writing my script. Hear this, not just writing her script physically, in physical reality. That's the horizontal experience. That's the linear experience. But also she's writing the script of who she is, her identity, the metaphysical experience, the vertical experience. Wow. And embracing this new identity. In other words, I'm embodying this new identity. Hear her wording. I couldn't have worded this better. Thank you. Embracing this new identity, embodying this new beingness, this new me as a filmmaker, physically and metaphysically, right? Becoming that filmmaker, right? Wow. In her new film, she inserted a new film role. Remember, you're the director, you're the actor, you're the process, you're the producer of your own movie, your story of your life. And this is, not only is she having the physical experience and a horizontal idea or a linear time, she's having the metaphysical experience of actually being the actor, the director, the producer of her entire life experience. So powerful. So let's hit it. I've been acting for many years and realized that writing and directing have been the missing pieces. Hear this. She's talking about her own 3D experience, but look behind this, the metaphysical statement she just said. I've been acting for many years, as we all have in linear time. We're actors. We're acting a story in linear time. Wow. She was also physically doing it, right, in 3D reality, but also metaphysically, and realized that writing and directing have been the missing pieces. In other words, writing your own story instead of following some linear script of what you think you should do, of what others think you should do, of that great subconscious, right? Instead, she decided to wake up in 3D reality and not be led by the script anymore, to follow the script, but follow her script and write the script and direct it. Wow. Do you hear this? This is huge. In other words, what she said, I've been acting for many years, my 3D role in linear time, right? And now I'm creating my desired script, my film role, my identity, my reality as a writer and director of my entire life experience. Not only as a writer and director in her role in 3D, but as a writer and director of her entire life experience. Wow, oh my God is right. It's both physically and metaphysically. When she said, oh my God, it wasn't an exaggeration. This is huge today. I feel so, this is what she continues to say, I feel so, very expressive here, creatively full. In other words, I feel fulfillment. I feel my conviction. I feel my knowing. I am that. I created that. Wow. And I know within, remember, be still and know. I know within, I know with certainty that I created these new 3D circumstances because who I've been choosing to be. By choosing in every moment, who do you say I am? Jesus asked that question to his disciples. That's the end. Who do you say I am? She answered it, both physically and metaphysically. Can you see this? This is so powerful. So then she says, yesterday, this is a few weeks ago, I felt like I went into my context of fulfillment a little bit deeper. Now she's talking about even a deeper, remember, she's identifying more deeply with that reality, with that identity of who she is. My body started to relax even more while I was washing dishes. Washing dishes. Was she, dishes. Was she imagining? Was she affirming? Was she getting caught up in processes of something she had to do? Did she say, I have to get up at 7 to do a meditation or to affirm or I won't get what I want? No, she was just washing dishes. She was imagining within. She was feeling the context of that fulfillment. I stood at the sink with this feeling that I've arrived. It's done. It's mine. I emit. The context of fulfillment means aware of only fulfillment in unity with all that you desire. That's what she means. Right? Washing dishes, not a state akin to sleep, not meditating, not affirming on the Parrot app, as we talked about. Some teacher recommended a Parrot app, none of that. If I already have all that I desire, my body realizes there's no more struggle and grasping to make things happen. That's really the feeling of wish fulfilled, that conviction, that overwhelming feeling in your body that you've arrived. Right? No more struggle and grasping to make things happen. It's all already here. That's huge. It's all already here. Right? That's embodying. That's what we mean by embodying your wish fulfilled. This is a master class. A master class in shifting realities. A master class in understanding that we're only experiencing, linear time's only an experience. It's only an experience of a story we're telling. Well, cascade of ease. From head to toe, from skin to bones. Wow. So her body, she felt it in her body, right? That source, that pure source energy from head to toe, from skin to bones. So descriptive. You can tell she's a writer. She writes so well, and she writes the metaphysical message and the message of what's going on with her 3D experience at the same time. This is so huge. So that's embodying. And then she says, a few hours later, after this embodiment, after sitting, resting, washing dishes, sitting in the context of fulfillment, that all realities exist within her, that she's having a vertical, that reality really is, that it's vertical, that it's not horizontal, that a few hours later, I heard from an actor friend that her husband, her actor's friend husband, who is the production manager for a big TV movie production company, pilot shooting in my city. They're shooting a pilot in her city. Do you get it? The synchronicities means she's already in that identity. She knows that's already within her. They're looking for a producer's assistant. Am I interested? That's what a friend asked. A producer's assistant. This is her. She's a producer. That's her identity. Do you get it? Big name, more evidence. She goes, that's more evidence that I've aligned with my new self-concept as a filmmaker. It's evidence. It's not a sign that anything's coming. That's evidence that it's done. It's done. I am that. It's here and now. It's not a sign of anything that's coming. Her first realization. Here's her first realization, and then the big one after this. Buckle up. Right? If I relax, evidence of my wishes already fulfilled will show up in 3D. Hear this. What is she saying here? She's so brilliant. If I relax, evidence of my wishes already fulfilled will show up in 3D. Her first big realization. Why? Because all realities, you're experiencing reality vertically, right? Or the true nature of who you are is a vertical metaphysical experience of reality. But you're having a 3D experience of stepping through time, a horizontal experience of stepping through time. In other words, be still and know that I'm God. I am that I am. I am source. I am cause. That's what she's saying here. Relax. Stop the striving. Stop the efforting. Like the ancients, be still. And my wishes already fulfilled will show up. In other words, I know I'm God. It's all there. I am that I am. I am source. I am cause. Wow. So here's her big realization, and I have diagrammed this for you because it's so big. We haven't looked at it. We've looked at it in many ways, and we've talked about this, but I've never put it in a visual because her words are so powerful, because her description is so beautiful. Now, here's my big realization. She goes, which you've talked about many, many times. This is her words. Not my words, right? Her words. Now there's my big realization, which you've talked about many times. I realize we live in a vertical timeline, not a horizontal one. We live in a vertical timeline where you live, you breathe, you have your beingness, you exist in a vertical timeline. Hear it, right? In Him, we have our being, we exist, we live in Him, in that vertical timeline, in all that is. In that only moment of now is where we exist, like Scripture says, not a horizontal one. It's all happening simultaneously. We've talked about the idea of simultaneity, right? This is what we're talking about. So this is our experience, right, of the 3D experience. We have a horizontal experience. Right? We believe we're walking through time. We believe that it's like a river going from the past to the present to the future. And the now moment is this tiny little moment that doesn't last. That's what we believe, and we're in it now. The blue represents your current present awareness of reality, where you are presently. And you believe that you've walked all these stories, and it's all just a story in the past. And then you believe that you'll walk in the future in these different versions of you, these different realities, these different things will happen. But what's her real realization? It's vertical. Look at the timeline. We just took it horizontal and made it vertical. Put you in it. You're the entire timeline. That's your present experience. All those realities are existing within you. All superimposed, one over the other. Everything that you could ever experience that you would call past or present or future is right here, and you're experiencing it vertically. That you're living that timeline vertically, but you're having a 3D experience of linear time, of walking through time. Wow. Hold this picture because I'm going to show you this again. Look at that where the now moment is this tiny little moment. Right? That doesn't look at that power there. Wow. So let's go on to really wrap this up. She says now, I see now that all those events are happening simultaneously all the time. It's happening vertically, not horizontally. This is her insight. It's happening vertically, not horizontally. It's all happening right now, all the time, vertically. Wow. Not horizontal. That's the context of fulfillment for me. In 3D, it happens one step after another for me to experience, but in reality, it's happening all at once. In the ultimate reality, and really in reality, it's happening all at once. But what do? So we are this picture. This is reality. This is who we are. But we have this experience of stepping through time. But it's always, what time is it? It's now. It's all now. It's all now. That's you, 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 you. The whole you, the entire you, stepping through linear time. Changing. You might be the orange one this time as you experience different versions of yourself. As you move to different timelines, different experiences in reality, right? But it's all happening right now. It's all now. Look at this. The 3D experience, the linear experience, the horizontal experience of 3D. Do you see now why we get so caught up in it? Why hasn't it happened yet? It is happening. It's all happening now. But how do you experience? You experience as an experience of stepping through time so you can enjoy it, so you can have that experience. Because you can't see all of that happening at once. You must step through this horizontal experience. Right? Wow, that's powerful. Right? But it's all happening right now. And now she says, now I'm just excited about all the events, people, and circumstances that will continue to show up in the horizontal 3D as I continue to hang out in the vertical context of fulfillment. She's hanging out here. Well, she has that 3D experience. But her beingness and who she really is this is the context that she now lives in. This is the context that she now sees. And she knows as she focuses within on anything she wants to be, do, or have, that will play out in 3D reality. And it plays out in this idea of a horizontal experience because of our 3D mechanism. Because of our 3D thing filters out all of those other realities so we can enjoy. And sometimes we're not enjoying it, but so we can experience it. Remember, Source wants to experience everything. That's so powerful. That is, oh my God, I'm hanging out in the vertical reality of wish fulfilled. Guys, I just want to go back to this just to show you. That's powerful. And so so you have this thing where you believe you're just stepping through time, but it's this, you, the entire you, the multidimensional you, stepping through time. Wow, that's powerful. Oh my God is right. She is hanging out in the vertical reality of wish fulfilled. We all are. She just realized it. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. We have a Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. You can visit us there. We have an Instagram and Twitter account at Tom Kearin, or just go to our website anytime at tomkearin.com or besomethingwonderful.com. Don't forget, we have a membership channel that has other exclusive content and live streams, and you can join that. There's a link below. And guys, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin with Be Something Wonderful. We'll see you soon.